It's the end of the month. It's time for pickup videos. I'm a shitty singer. Alright, let's get on with it. This is all my pickups for the month of August. I know this is coming out right at the end, but I figured that by tonight I would be done for the month of August regardless. Man, what's with this ominous light there? I'm bad at leaving lights on, so sorry I'll have to deal with it. Maybe if I just sit like this. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so first off, these items that I'm going to be talking about right now were all picked up on a trip that myself and my future wife Melanie we went to the province she grew up in, to PEI, and we did some shopping there. Saw some family on her side. And yeah, I go to this place called Most Wanted in PEI. They've got about 2 or 3 different stores, and they sell a lot of video games. I mean, like, any video game you can probably think of, they probably have, mainly because like the people who own them can't leave the province because, you know, if you want to go try and sell them over in New Brunswick, you got to cross the bridge, and that's a $45 toll just to leave the province. It's free to get in, but you got to pay to get out. So, anyways, I got 4 games here for various systems. First off, we'll do Tetris Sphere, a puzzle game on the Nintendo 64. That I remember very fondly, and I play tested this a little while ago. It is still a lot of fun. Basically, the Tetris blocks are on a sphere, like they're all crowded around, and you gotta kind of move them around. And then launch them when you've got like 2 or more lined up, and that makes a chain reaction. Basically, these little guys here, these little robot guys, in some matches they're built, they're pretty much blocked in. So what you have to do is move the blocks around, blow them up, and you get like little rockets here that you can, you know, use to blow up other blocks. Hell of a lot of fun. I'm gonna get her to play some multiplayer on this. We might do a couples play on that, might not, but it's part of the collection regardless. Now this one I still gotta clean up a little bit because it's pretty dirty from uh, sticker residue, and you know, I think there might be, you know, cola on there or whatever, but it works. I tested it out. I got this versus another copy that was there because it was cheaper, and I don't mind, you know, using a little elbow grease to take stuff off. And that's Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I think I only paid like $15 for this, which is kind of a steal. Comparing that, I think they wanted $5 or $10 more for one that was in a little bit more immaculate condition. But you know what? That's not too bad a condition. Like, I can clean it up pretty good and get it looking pristine. The lone NES game this month. The NES collection is getting kind of thin. Basically because I own most of the good games that I want. I mean, I'm not gonna get the little Samson or, you know, the $700 games. Just not. You know, unless I hit the lottery and I decide I want those games. Not gonna happen. I do think though that probably after the HalCon in November, probably at HalCon, I will build up the collection a little bit more and just buy a bunch of common or, you know, not so common but not so expensive games just to kind of beef it up a little bit. So the lone game I got is Snake's Revenge. Who are you? Are you from Snake's Revenge? Yeah, this is the NES only sequel to the Metal Gear, where for some reason Snake is wearing green, but he wears hot orange in the game. Not a bad game. I haven't sat down and actually played through it, but hey, I'm on that quest to own every version of Metal Gear ever possible, so yeah, it's one. Final one I got is I can't believe, I don't think this is the only one I got. I'm pretty sure I got another game, but now it's just escaping me. Oh yeah, I don't have the case for it, but I ended up getting UFC Undisputed 2009 because it was like $250. You know, there's no booklet, there's no sleeve, but who cares? You know, just wanted the game. But this one I got because I don't see it all too often. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. It's a prequel game where you play as Jango Fett in between Episode 1 and 2. Kind of his adventures, and it leads up to him meeting with Dooku and forming the clone army. So, from what I heard, it was actually a lot of fun and a little reminiscent of Metroid Prime, but more third person than first person action. So I'll have to give that a go sometime. Alright, these were picked up today. I went to my thrift store and surprise, surprise, they had cartridge games again. Holy crap, it's been months since you guys had video games. Either that or I'm slipping. But man, like basically all the cartridge games they had were 64 sports titles and wrestling games. And most of the wrestling games there I already own, except for this one. WTF War Rumble on the Genesis. Little different than the Super Nintendo one because there's less buttons to play with. And Hulk Hogan's actually in this. Hulk Hogan was not in the Super Nintendo version. The thing is that this one is made by Flying Edge, which was kind of something I can't remember. It sounded like it was one of those companies that was like let me give the example like Ultra Games. It's a separate subsidiary of Konami just so that they could produce more video games and get under the Nintendo licensing crap. So maybe that's what Flying Edge is. I don't know. I have Bart versus the Space Mutants there that was done by Flying Edge. It probably was because Acclaim. I don't know if Acclaim made games for the Genesis. I think it was all Flying Edge. Maybe that was the reason. I don't know the whole history. But yeah, other than the music, which is crap, it sounds exactly like Royal Rumble on Super Nintendo. So this is always a lot of fun. These LG and WWF games are always a lot of fun. And I'm not the world's biggest sports fan. I tend to watch or follow all professional sports, but I like playing the arcadey versions, like your NBA Jams and Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball. So I picked this one up. I got NFL Blitz 2000, more arcadey version of NFL, and still a lot of fun. It's basically NBA Jam but with football, so that was great. This one I just got today, and this is the thing is that I just got this while Melanie was at work. She has no idea that I got this, and either I show this her first or she's watching it on YouTube at work. I wish she could have been there when I got it, but here it is anyway. We've been looking for this game for a long time, and I don't care if my rent's due in 2 days or my internet bill's due in 2 days. I'll make ends meet. This wasn't an expensive game, mind you, but still, we're gonna have a lot of fun with this. Indiana Jones Greatest Adventures by JVC. Basically, this is if you've ever played Super Smash Brothers, Super Star Wars, Super Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, the Super Star Wars trilogy on Super Nintendo. This is basically it. It's Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and The Last Crusade. Bunch of levels based on it, side-scrolling, same art style as the Super Star Wars games. Really, really, really hard. I don't think it's as hard as Empire Strikes Back, but it's still pretty hard. But yeah, I've been looking for this game for a long time, and I'm so happy to finally have it. Funny how I get this before the Super Star Wars games. I don't own any of the Super Star Wars games. Actually, the only Star Wars game I own, well, the older generation ones, is Star Wars on the NES. I don't own Empire, and I don't own the other ones. So that's pretty funny, but I'm looking forward to playing this a lot. That's kind of... I guess I can do this one since... no, it's not here. I don't have it here because it's out on our shelf, but she ended up getting a game. It's a Beauty and the Beast game on Game Boy Color, which I haven't even tested out to make sure that it works, but this one she got, I think it's a point and click. Oh, no, this is a 3D game. We're sticking with the Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. I think we have this already. I don't know. This one of those, like, we saw it. I was like, do you have this? She's like, I don't know. We're like, okay, it's $4. You might as well pick it up and just be on the safe side. This doesn't look like the one. I think the one that our friends gave us is the adventure game, the point-and-click adventure game. I don't think it's this 3D one. That was also on the Nintendo 64, which that's getting hard to find now. So let's set this aside. Okay, these technically aren't games, they're technically not toys, so they should be part of it, but they are video game related, so I thought I'd pick them up. Last time I went to that thrift store, they had a bunch of anime VHSs, and they had 2 that were video game based, so I picked them up. Street Fighter Alpha and Tekken the Motion Picture. This is the one with that horrible localized soundtrack. I think it's got like Stabbing Westward and oh, that's on the thing. Offspring, The Urge. The cool thing about this is that the VHS cassette case is actually white. That's kind of neat. You don't really see different colored tapes like that. I have not watched this beginning to end, but I know how bad it is. I've seen Spoonie's review of it. Street Fighter Alpha, I know nothing about, but hey, they're both animes. This one's distributed by manga, so it shouldn't be too bad. They usually have good practices and standards. All right, now it's on for the collectibles, which for some reason are all down here on the floor. Ugh, I'm a bad toy collector. This one I was really excited to get, and then I took it home and found out there was a piece missing, and that's why it was probably at a thrift store. Then I'll show you the piece here in a second, but he doesn't look bad when he's in his alt mode. But I've got myself Silverbolt from Beast Wars. If you ever remember the show, he was one of the only Fusors on there. The other one was Quick Strike, and it was a cross between a Cobra and a Scorpion. He's a cross between a wolf and an eagle. No missiles on him, so he can't fire out. So for his transformation, it all just kind of folds out like this. So like there's his chest piece, and I flip his head up. Ah, damn it! You're making me look like an idiot. Anyways, he's supposed to fall out like that. Those legs are supposed to fold down. So his arms are in his like baby feet, and you can see he's only got one. This one's missing, and I'm kind of upset at that because they'll never look cool when he's transformed into robot mode. So, fortunately, Beast mode you shall stay in. So this puts up my Beast Wars collection to 3. I have Megatron and Pterosaur. Pterosaur's around here, I think. Yeah. Here's Pterosaur. He's like a basics. Why couldn't you take over Starscream Spark? Or why couldn't Starscream Spark take over you? You're basically the Starscream of the series until you died. You're the Superman of the series. Until Beast Machines, but we won't even talk about that. Lastly, I would never even expect to pick these guys up, but I saw them and I knew I had to have them. Only because I'm building up a collection, and finally, the Brethren have their leader. I have a Leonardo figure with the belt. Like I can't find turtles with at least one accessory. They either have nothing or they're bare bones. So I got a turtle with a belt. He's got no weapons, but $3. Like there was other Leonardos there, but they had no belt, and they were like this. It was basically I paid an extra $1 for the belt, which that's a steal. So that's awesome. So I've got all 4 original Ninja Turtle figures. None of the re-releases that have been at Toys R Us lately. Just like the originals that came out in the 80s when I was a kid. And he had a Stone Soldier there. I think it's a Stone Soldier. It's got like a little weird design on him. It's got like stuff crawling all over him. I'm pretty sure it's a Stone Soldier. I'll have to Google it. He came with a weapon, though. I have no idea what the fuck this is supposed to be. Like, what is this? Like, I'm trying to get this in camera here. Focus. What is it? It's like 2 turtle shells wrapped on a rope. I just don't. I don't. I never like. We had weird toys. Kids have these more articulate and like realistic toys, but we had the weird stuff. It's like I'm gonna hit you with this thing. And suddenly Stone Warriors are from New York, apparently. Yeah, so that's my collection update. September will probably be very scarce. We gotta put some money aside to pay for the hotel for the con that we're going to in 2 months. And also gotta get that X-Bone because WWE 2K15 is coming out soon, and I need that. I've been watching the videos of behind the scenes. The game looks amazing. I can't wait for it to come out. This will probably, if I don't get an X-Bone by the end of October, this will probably be the first game I pre-ordered that I don't own the console for. So there's that. But thank you guys for watching. That's my update for August. I will see you in September. Maybe a little lacking, might not be. You have to wait and see. Follow me on Twitter, because if I find cool shit, I usually post it up on Twitter. Johnny L. Chase is my Twitter handle. So take care, guys, and I'll see you next month.